You don't have to sacrifice your personal life to create a profitable business. Most people think of Alex Ramosi or Grant Cardone when they think success and big money, but they have these huge media teams and these crazy schedules. And I promise you, you can make a lot of money without going down that route. Most people, when they start with business, they actually realize that it's a lot harder than they think. They look at these big profiles and they see what they actually are doing every single day, and they get discouraged, burnt out, and a lot of people just give up. I want to show you how to create a business that you actually love and that provides you with more freedom as you grow further and further instead of less. So to do this, I'm going to go over 3 key points that will actually help you create this dream business and also give you a bonus point at the end. So the 3 key points here are going to be profit, simplicity, systems, and then we'll go into the bonus point. So with the first one here, we have profits. So when it comes to profits, ideally you want to maximize for each client that you sign on so that you can actually make a lot more money without having to sign and work with a whole lot more people. So to do this, ideally inside of your coaching business, you actually want to charge high ticket. And people will see the value in your coaching offer if you're able to create an offer that provides them with the dream outcome that's worth more than the cost of your program. So the best way to think about this is to look at the value equation from Alex Ramosi. He has at the very top of the equation, which is basically like a fraction formula, which at the top has the perceived value. Next to it, they have the perceived likelihood of achievement. So how likely are they actually get the results? Below, they have time and effort. And then next to that, they also have the costs involved. So basically, you want to really maximize the value of your program so that people are willing to charge more. So whatever that looks like in your case, which might be repositioning your offer to be something that's a little bit more attractive to your leads. It might be adding certain done-for-you aspects. It might be providing more support. It might be actually providing a longer support. There's a lot of different ways to go about it. But ideally, you want to charge high ticket so that you can actually start to make 6 figures just by signing a couple clients every single month. So that's the first factor of profit. The second one is really optimizing for LTV. This has honestly changed my life when it comes to business because every single month, ideally before, I was having to basically start from zero. And I was having to chase new leads just so that we could pay the bills for the business and in my personal life. I was constantly starting at zero. And this might be where you're at right now. But if you are actually able to set up a system in which you can create MRR in your business, now you can really just focus on your clients and just stacking revenue, basically. So what I recommend with this factor is actually setting up a system in which you can sign people on for an initial dream outcome and then actually creating a second larger outcome that you can work with them on a longer time period. So most people, when they have coaching offers, I recommend starting with 16 weeks and having something that's digestible so that basically people can see a huge value in this. It feels like a sprint, but it's also long enough so that they can actually get results. But then when it comes to your overall offer, it might take longer than 4 months to create that ultimate dream outcome. So now you basically focus on one of the earlier stages of the process, and then you basically resell them into your program on a longer time period. So to give you a clear example, let's say, for example, that you're a fitness coach and you have that first 16 weeks. This is going to basically get them in a routine. So here we're going to really dial in their actual diet plan. We're going to focus on their mindset so they can understand what they should be thinking about when it comes to their fitness and their health. And then they're going to start to see some results in the gym. But then at the end of the period, now you can basically talk to them about the results, how they've been able to lose weight and make some progress. But now you can resell them into your program so that now they can hit the next level, which might be toning down, which might be getting ready for some kind of competition, right? So it's still the same main offer, but basically there's a longer journey that you can create with a sprint at the beginning. And then because you create results, you can resell them into the longer journey. So now within your business, you can just stack clients, and every single month you already have revenue coming in, which is honestly an amazing feeling when you're in business. You don't have that water underneath your chin right there. You're not just submerged, right? So that's what I recommend for the first one, which is profit. The second one is going to be simplicity. So ideally, when it comes to your offer, you want it to be scalable. So there's a lot of different ways to actually structure offers. So you could have a done for you model, which is what I used to do, but that's a huge pain. You're having to do all the work for clients, and every single client you bring on is basically a new boss. So I really don't recommend having that much done for you. You could have some aspects inside of your offer that are done for you to help them get faster results and increase the perceived value. But ideally, you want to have an offer that's very simple. And the way I do this is by having really awesome trainings that are basically SOPs so that people can go through and understand it with the video. And then they have step-by-step guides underneath. So it's basically dummy proof. So that's the first factor. Another one is having really awesome supports so that basically people can come in the community, they can ask questions, they can get feedback, then also having great support calls. So that would be like a basic version of a great coaching offer. You could also offer a higher tier. So if you're earlier stages in your business, I might honestly recommend you go one-to-one first so you can really help your clients on a more direct factor and help them get quick results so that you can actually get great testimonials to then put back towards your marketing and grow faster. But you want some kind of offer that basically allows you to sign more clients without requiring more of your time. So you might have to restructure your offer and rethink about how you deliver. But when it comes to the actual deliverables of your offer, Alex Ramosi also have free training about this on his website. But basically, you can think of every single obstacle someone may have on their journey from where they're at right now to where they want to go. And then there's different ways of actually helping them achieve that. And each way of helping them will be either more time intensive or cost intensive on your part all the way down. And so obviously sometimes the higher end might be higher value, but it's also maybe not even that much more of a perceived value, right? So an example could be a fitness coach helping someone nail down their diet. So the highest cost and time for you would be actually going to the grocery store and shopping with them. On the lower end, it would be a recorded training giving them all the tips and tricks with a guide on how to go about it. So they might see you going grocery shopping together as high value, but is it really that worth it, basically? So go through every single part of your offer and try to figure out exactly where would be the parts of it that would be worth maybe having a higher cost in time and in money. But otherwise, try to simplify your offer as much as possible so that people can still get great results without having to sacrifice so much of your time. And the second part of simplicity would be having a lean team. So a lot of people, again, go back to Alex Ramosi and Grant Cardone and Gary Vee, and they have these huge media teams and teams in general that are there that are closing deals, that are putting out content. But I promise you, if you're running a coaching offer, you don't need a huge team. Right now, I just have one VA and one content manager that does my video edits. And we're even able to scale very, very well because I have great systems in place and I also have a very scalable offer. So you really need to try to simplify your business ideally if you want to have something that's going to basically take a lot of headache out of your business operations. And then the next one will be actually having great systems. So I've been able to automate my lead generation because I run ads. Ads is the most automated version of actually acquiring leads that you can do because they are going to be putting you and your company in front of new people every single day on autopilot. And if you're running it through any platform, they have a lot of different AI that's actually working within it as well. So as you run your ads, it's going to get better and better as well because it's going to understand the type of people that are actually interacting with your ad itself, the people that are actually clicking on your ad, that are actually messaging you. So it's going to find out what type of person, their profile, their background, what they do, their demographics, and they're going to go out and find more people like that. So it actually gets better and better. And if right now you're sending out cold DMs, cold email, you're doing Facebook group automations and all that, you're probably sacrificing so much of your time each and every week. But if you simply just run ads, you can get all that time back. Obviously, there is a money cost factor, but before you might be sacrificing your time as well. And time is money. So instead of actually spending all that time doing all the lead generation, You could be putting that instead towards your content, towards your clients, towards sales calls. So basically your time is going to get so much more valuable, which will then offset the cost of the ads. The next one is having great automated follow-ups as well. This is really, really important. Basically, whenever I have new leads coming into my world, they get stuck, basically. Not in a bad term, but basically they get in and I'm going to be shown to them over and over and over again. So I do this with retargeting ads. I do this with my content. And I also have a lot of automated systems that'll send them text messages, that'll send them voicemail drops, emails. So they basically never forget about me, because sometimes you might have a perfect fit lead that would be great for your program. They are in the stage of business that could really use your help. They have the money to sign up, but it's just not a great time for them in their life right now. Maybe they have some kind of family issues. Maybe they're moving. Maybe it is a slower month, and they just don't have the capability to join your program right this second. So in that case, if you don't have this set up, it's a buy or die situation, which is what most people have set up. But if you actually create systems that are able to keep looping them back in, now you can stack leads and have a huge Rolodex of people to then reach out to whenever you have a price increase, whenever you have a new bonus, whenever you're just looking to bring on new clients this month. And you're never going to be worried about running out of leads because you're just stacking them over and over and over again. And I talk about this in one of my other videos, but I have systems in which I had leads that joined our CRM back in early 2022. And because I've been sending them emails over and over and over again, I just got some emails back from these leads that are from 2 years ago. So you can probably imagine how much easier it becomes to grow your business and stack revenue when you're just stacking leads, and eventually the leads trickle down your funnel to eventually buying. And these are going to be very warm leads because they've been seeing you for a very long time. They've built that trust. You've been giving them a lot of value. And so they're going to be very much easier to close as well. And then that's how we really help with this system factor itself. So a lot of different ways to basically set up these systems, but I have different videos throughout my YouTube, so go check those out. But then the bonus one right here to actually help you make more money without going crazy and having a crazy schedule is basically having digital assets that do the selling for you. So I recommend having 3 very important digital assets to set up as soon as you can inside of your business, so you can then send this to leads, and this will do all the selling for you so that by the time you hop on the sales call, they're actually excited and they want to sign up. So the first one here is going to be a lead magnet. So a lead magnet is basically going to be a very simple ebook that you set up, and this is meant to help them work on something very specific for your very specific lead or your very specific dream client. So what I would recommend here is doing something that's somewhat short, so it's digestible, it's easy to get some wins, and it'll be somewhere around 15 to maybe 30 pages or so. It can go longer if you want, but I've seen the shorter ones work a lot better. But ideally with this, you want to talk to your dream clients about something that they really want. So there's probably a lot of things that they need to actually create success with whatever you actually sell, but there are a lot of things that they think they want. So my example would be a dating coach, for example. A really big part of having success with dating might be your mindset, that confidence that comes when you approach someone. But people don't really think of mindset when they think of wanting to work with a dating coach. Instead, you could create an ebook about how to get a lot of matches on Tinder, for example. So you want to basically create something a little bit sexier when it comes to your lead magnet so that people actually want to reach out to you to solve that problem that they actually want to solve since they're thinking about it. The next one is having a really great mini VSL, so a video sales letter. This is going to be something that basically connects the lead with you and your offer and your way of actually delivering the offer. So this isn't supposed to actually go into the weeds of your business, how many sales calls you have, what does the training look like, etc. It's really more about allowing the person to connect with you on a deeper level. And so Aristotle, he has 3 different levels of connections that you need to complete with the lead so you can actually persuade them. So it's ethos, connecting with you. So trusting the messenger. Pathos, which is actually connecting with them if they feel like you understand them. And logos, which is more of the logical brain. But if you can actually really connect with them on the trust factor with you and the trust factor, in fact, of knowing where they're at, their challenges, what they're going through, what they want. And that's basically the goal of your VSL, is really walking them through where you were at before, why you think your offer is the best way to solve their problem, and just breaking it down on a very high level, basically, just the overall concepts. So a mini VSL is very, very important because this is also going to do a lot of the pre-selling for you so that people can basically connect with you. And by the time it's time to actually sell them in the DMs or hop on a sales call, they're already pre-sold. And it's more of a question of, will this actually work for me and what are the logistics? And then the final one is kind of optional, but I've been seeing this work really, really well, is having either a free community or a low ticket community. So I'm currently thinking about launching or transitioning my free community into a low ticket paid one. But this is a way for your leads to go a little bit deeper with you. They can get nurtured really, really fast because you're going to have a community with interactions, people talking and connecting with each other. You have a lot more trainings inside of here as well. And you might even provide extra support so that people can have a closer touch with you. But these communities are awesome to really nurture your lead. I send this before we book a sales call so that, or once they actually book a sales call, so that they can go in there, they can learn a little bit more about me and how I work. But I also have this all throughout my marketing. I can send people to it and it just really warms people up. And a good way to use this that I've found is actually creating a free or low ticket course that basically creates your dream client. So for us, basically, we don't want to work with bare beginners. Not that we don't want to, but our concept's a little bit higher level. A beginner's going to need different things on their way from 0 to 10K a month. And we're here to basically just pedal to the metal and just help them create a simpler model to attract leads and hit the next level so they can actually scale to 50K a month without completely burning out with systems and automations. But because someone might not be at 10K, I don't want to just push them out of my world. So I create a free community that basically gets them from that 0 to 10K. So how do you actually design your offer? How do you start to design your funnel? How do you get business funding so you actually have money to start running ads and hiring a team? So I create a free course to basically create my dream client. And because they go from the stage 0 to 1, they're going to attribute that success to me and my program, the free one. So their next logical step will be joining the paid program so they can then hit the next level. But it's not entirely necessary. If you have the lead magnet and the VSL, it's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. But that's basically the entire process right there. That's how I'm able to really make a lot more money without having to basically burn out and go crazy. If you actually have the right systems in place, if you have the simpler offer and that simplicity when it comes to the offer and the small team, and if you really focus on profits on every single client so you can make more money without having to sign a whole Rolodex of new people, this is going to allow you to basically make a lot more money in less time. So in this video, I just want you to basically think about everything I've said. There might be some things that you could implement right now inside of your business to, again, free up your time and your stress, basically, and allowing you to hit that next level. But thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments. If you want some help growing your business and hitting that next level, be sure to subscribe so you can learn more about the different strategies that I talk about. Otherwise, we'll talk soon.